As we all know, Gran Turismo is one of the most hyper super duper pooper racing game franchises of all time. From humble beginnings of basic racing with real life cars made of polygons and graphics that look like Legos, to becoming the motorsport titan that it is today, totaling up to 13 games, including all the random spin-offs from the Gran Turismo franchise, including this one epic contest that Polyphony Digital pulled off called the GT Academy, and introduced to the world this guy named Jan Mardenborough, who went from hardcore Gran Turismo aficionado to going to fucking sending its speeds in real life racing machines, and they even made a Hollywoodized version of GT Academy, which in my opinion was okay of a movie.
I like cars since I was a kid.
But besides glazing all about the Gran Turismo series, here's the current scenario that you're currently in. You've been suddenly dragged along to hop on a flight that'll last how long exactly?
15 hours.
15 hours?
And you're still craving the sensation of motor racing provided by Polyphony Digital.
Forza sucks. Gran Turismo is better.
Hey, that's not necessary.
Except the biggest problem about that is that you can't really bring along a big-ass console and all the extra cables and whatnot, so you're pretty much screwed. The best thing to do to have the time fly by is reading a book, watching some random-ass movie, or, playing with toys, I guess.
You turned her against me?
You have done that yourself.
But no worries, hombre, because your buddy old pal Kaz is like 20 steps ahead of you. Introducing Gran Turismo for the PSP. That's right. Now you can satisfy that Gran Turismo craving even when on the go. Now what is Gran Turismo PSP all about? Well, imagine Gran Turismo 4 just heavily downgraded to fit on a PSP disc. Although this game is still quite a show-off, with 35 tracks and 800 cars.
Holy shit!
Including all the hyper-expensive manufacturers like Ferrari, Lambo, and Bugatti. Now let's get on to actually playing the game. So once you boot up the thing, you get a long-ass epic intro cutscene, and then boom, here you are. As you can see, this game is pretty bare bones. Although, you got a whopping $100,000 to spend on, so you head over to the local dealerships and purchase the very practical and reliable vehicle of your choosing.
This is brilliant.
Well, now you got an extra $57,000 to spend on, so why not blow some money on more cars? And as opposed to career modes having all the types of different race categories to participate in like in the other Gran Turismo games, here in PSP you got single player. Not much to say about it. And all you can do is select how many laps you want to do, pick the car you just bought, and you got a wide selection of tracks to choose from, which is pretty cool. And once you're all said and done, it's time to hit the road. Also, unlike in the other Gran Turismo games where you race against 5 other cars or more in the later titles, you get to race against 3 cars in PSP.
That's kind of small.
But once you get the race started, you line up on the grid and skadoodle skedaddle off the launch. And here we are, experiencing Gran Turismo on the PSP. Gameplay wise, it feels like the Gran Turismo we all know and love, besides only taking on 3 cars. But you'll immediately notice 2 new things on the heads-up display. You get to see how much money you're gonna make in this race and what time it is, so you get to keep track of how much of your bedtime you're currently wasting right now. Also, another thing you'll notice about this game is how obnoxiously slow the AI is. I mean, it's nice to feel like you're fucking Max Verstappen, but after a while of playing, you'll get pretty bored of it, which is because in order to unlock better AI drivers, you have to do the same race on the same track multiple times. And even then, it'll feel like they're going like an extra 5 miles an hour faster.
I'm fighting for my life!
So once you start out on a new circuit with the D-Class AI drivers, you'll have an epic skadoodle skedaddle moment for like 10 seconds, and then you'll just fuck off into the distance with no chance on your opponents catching up to you. And also, don't forget about completing the reverse circuits too. That's a whole nother set of races you gotta do in order to progress in the game. And if you get tired of driving the same old courses a bunch of times, don't you worry, because this game also features rally tracks as well, so you get to pick pick the rally-like car of your choice and fucking send it like nobody's business.
Sammy, can you please concentrate? Please, please, I beg you. Fast, medium, right, listen to the call. Sammy, please listen to the call. Sharp left, sharp left, sharp left, sharp left, sharp left. Sammy, you will wreck the car. We will not finish. The sharp left here, sharp left. Sharp left, listen to the call. Sharp left again, go, go, go. Sharp left, turn, turn, turn.
And as you complete more and more races, you'll slowly fill up your bank account. And now it's time to go buy another car. Even with only 4 different dealers to choose from, you'll still be surfing around picking the right car. And the dealers shuffle every 2 in-game days. So if you plan on getting a hold of the car of your dreams, you'll just have to play with luck, I suppose. But god damn, once you get a hold of a random Nissan Jeter, it really gets satisfying. Or you can be a little cheater McCheatface and type in the cheat code, hold start, select L, down, square, down, left, right, triangle, right, square, up, down, down. And once you manage to type that in while giving yourself carpal tunnel, you'll suddenly obtain a small loan of $99 million. And you can pretty much spend it all on as many cars as you'd like. And then you can send your expensive rocket ship to sending its speed and pretty much experiment with as many cars as you'd like without having to worry about going broke.
Yo, man, shit happens.
Here in Driving Challenge, it brings back everything we all know and love about the license tests. You start out with the basic ass drive in a straight line test, and suddenly you're fucking off to sending its speed, trying not to crash and die. And if you're over here struggling to complete a certain test, well, don't worry, because your buddy old pal Jay Leno is here to help and guide you.
Challenge the last section of Opera Paris, where the course is narrow and there are repeating corners.
Test your skills on this winding section of road. You'll need to always know which tire is taking on the most load. You'll need to make sure your car is always in the right position for the following corner. Getting used to the handling balance for mid-engine cars can be tricky. Because the engine's mass is behind you, the car's rear end has a tendency to come around if you're not careful with the brakes and throttle during a turn.
They have a big thing there.
And that pretty much sells it for Gran Turismo PSP. It's certainly not designed to be the ultra big titan that is a regular Gran Turismo game. I mean, it's a nice game to play to pass the time when you're on the go, either some road trip or a long ass flight that you're gonna be sitting in. And if you're a Gran Turismo fan feeling a little homesick, demolishing the Sunday Cup competition with the most unfair car on the planet, then I give Gran Turismo PSP a recommendation. And even if you own a PS Vita, you can still hook up the game on here, like what I did on my old Vita, and I still have it installed ever since I slammed a kid's face on the concrete for trying to steal my Doritos. 5th grade was a wild ass fucking time. So the next time you're going on a trip somewhere, make sure Gran Turismo PSP is with you at all times. It really makes a great time killer.
Man, this flight sure is taking a long ass time. Time for the time killer, I suppose.
Ready?
Oh boy, I actually want to race in this game. Oh shit.